There's a lot of men that, don't like that some have to pay a lot of money to go out with women, and then some don't have to pay a dime. This woman is going to touch into that, but let's really get into why men really focus in on that.
I've been hearing this discourse online of men saying that they don't want to pay for dates. They don't want to buy drinks at the bar. And to that I say, do whatever you want to do with your money. I don't support or discourage that. But they're all using the logic of, why should I pay for what another man could get for free or is getting for free? And that's the whole point. It's always going to be another man and not you. Because there's always going to be another man that's more attractive than you. There's always going to be another man that has more personality than you. There's always going to be another man that has more resources than you. And the only thing you're doing with this logic, this mentality, is disqualifying yourself and making sure that it's not going to be you if you don't want to use your money to level the playing field. Okay? Sex is not charity work for women. We do not just have to give our body away if we don't feel like it's benefiting us in any way. If we're not attracted to you, we don't like your personality, there's no resources, we're not gaining anything from this, what do we get from just laying up with a man? And what do we get? A wet cat and the risk of unplanned pregnancy? Oh, and this whole reproductive thing. Everybody's always talking about how it's a man's primal nature, his instinct to want to reproduce and spread his seed. Well, if that's the case, why do y'all never have the instinct to want to provide for these children that you could potentially create? Why do you never have the instinct to want to be a father, to be a husband? Never. It's that always is going to fall on us. Oh, and then back.
Okay. Here we go with that twisted logic. You just talked about an area of, sex. You don't get nothing out of it. And you talk about men never want to do this. Like, what men are you meeting? What men are you meeting? It sounds like a you issue because there are women that get married all the time. So what is it about you that they don't want to marry possibly or want to take care of a child? Now, every man out here is a deadbeat. Definitely not. But what men are saying is this. If you're not making him pay, I don't need to pay. Basically, you need to have a rule across the board. If everybody gonna pay or nobody gonna pay. Not he don't have to pay, you have to pay. And then this the crazy part about the paying. She'll double and triple tariff you, right? Like Trump with the tariffs. She'll triple tariff you, and she'll take the tariff she got from you and give it to the dude that she got zero tariffs on. Dudes know that. That's why they make an issue of that, because they've caught many of you doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't act like that conversation not coming from nowhere, lady. Come on now.
To this whole nature thing, I think a lot of y'all are forgetting that some of y'all are supposed to die off. Some of y'all, a good amount of y'all actually, should not even have the opportunity to spread your seed and have offspring that moves on. Your legacy is supposed to die with you.
Like, are we talking about, like, Lord, what are you saying? Do you see why a lot of men just don't even want to date American women sometimes? That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life, is what you just said. Let me tell you something. Feminism has been the worst thing ever for women. It has polluted women in society. It really has. Like, why would you even say some crap like that? You could say the same thing about women too. You can. Some of them shouldn't reproduce either. If you really want to get technical, but I'm going to be nice.
Okay? And let's just go back to the whole argument of what another man could get for free. Let's just say, as a woman, you're giving your box away to a couch potato, a man that has no ambition, bad credit score, multiple baby mamas, whatever. In that scenario, it could still be beneficial to a woman if that man is attracted to her and knows what he's doing in the bedroom.
That's the benefit. Do you see how dumb that sound? He look good and he know what he doing in the bedroom. That's the benefit of giving it to a guy that don't have to pay for anything. Well, they got guys making pay that can do the exact same thing. You see why a lot of dudes are just, Lord.
But yet you're expecting a woman that you want that's maybe like a 7, 8, 9, and 10, and you're maybe a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the scale. You're expecting her to just give it away to you for nothing. You're not even attracted.
Ma'am, see, you're talking crazy. Men that know they're a 1, 2, and 3 don't even try to shoot at a 7, 8, 9, and 10. They don't even try. Most men understand about the league they in. They're going to shoot for women a lot higher, of course, but they probably going to shoot for a 4, 5, and 6. They're not going to shoot for 7, 8, 9, and 10. Men know better. They paper ain't long enough to shoot for that. And 1, 2, 3 don't matter when you got money. It don't matter. Prime example. Lil Wayne is one of the ugliest looking people I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, he is. And look at the kind of women he had. Why? Now, Lil Wayne didn't have no money. Then he'd have to be trying to shoot for the 4, 5, and 6s. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100 with you. So you don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
Active. You have no personality. And now you don't want to spend any money. Play stupid games.
Okay. You say a dude don't have no personality, but he don't want to spend no money. So if you didn't like him, why should he spend his money? Why don't you just shut that down and he don't have to spend a dime? That is that prostitute mentality. It's a prostitute mentality. That's what it is. And the prostitute mentality is rampant in America. That's why a lot of you men don't want to marry. Because you understand the prostitute mentality. It's very ugly mentality too.
Win stupid prizes. That's all I'm saying. And these men that have all of the resources, the personality, the looks, if a man's like a 7, 8, 9, and 10, he could still sleep with the women below that, the women at his level, and maybe a few above his level. You do not have that opportunity. You do not have those options. You need to spend your money and level the playing field.
So what she's telling you, once again, is prostitute mentality. You need to spend money to level the playing field with the other guys. Basically, you need to be a trick. I told you the prostitute mentality is rampant. Y'all better understand that. And if you hear any woman talking about spending money this, spending money that, like, bro, you on some prostitution right now. And I don't deal with prostitutes. Deal with women. If you want a prostitute, well, shoot, you know where the blade's at. It's just that simple. That mindset is a horrible mindset. It's horrible. And I'm going to call it what it is. What did happen to black women? Black women didn't used to speak this way. What has happened to you? You have literally turned into the worst feminist white woman in the mind I ever heard in my life. Black women always had more sense than this. Black women would never engage in this kind of behavior. And the crazy part is, white women don't even be talking crazy like that online. They may agree with you 2,000%, but they sure don't go blabber their mouth like that. They let you do it. And then you wonder why dudes don't want to marry you. I don't know what the white woman and the Hispanic woman and the Asian woman doing to get these black men to marry them. They're not online talking like this, even if they agree with you. They know that, hey, I don't want to put that out there. I want to do videos out here. I don't want to sell you our image. But you don't care about your image. You just talk stupid things online and don't think how it can stick to the greater society of sisters. That prostitute mentality is ugly. And I say all men need to reject that. All. I ain't paying you nothing. Either you want to be with me because you want to, and if you don't, I'm cool with that too. You ain't got to pay for nothing. No, you staying on business. I ain't paying your tariff. You can tariff somebody else if